Hey everybody, how's it going today? So I thought it would be interesting to talk about a little history of Disneyland tickets. There's actually some history that's sort of interesting, and I have some examples and then some photos of tickets that I've not acquired yet. But anyway, I find it interesting, and I'm hoping you find it interesting too. So, July the 17th, 1955, House of the Mouse Disneyland in Anaheim opens for press and, we'll say, important people. Now, as the story goes, and most of us know, it was quite popular. There was a tremendous number of counterfeit tickets. There was a plumber strike that caused some problems. We've all heard about women's shoes, the heels sinking into the still warm asphalt, attractions not working properly, etc., etc., etc. But here, take a look at this. Here's a photo of that press ticket from July the 17th, 1955. Take a look. Okay, so the very next day, July the 18th, the date that will live in infamy, Disneyland opened, July 18th, 1955. And this opened to guests entirely. And at that time, there was a admission price for the main gate, and there was then individual pricing for attractions or rides that ranged from a dime to 35 cents. Now, this upset a lot of the guests at the park because they felt they were being, nickeled and dimed to death once they got into the park. It is funny how, though times change, things really don't. But they felt they were being, sort of nickel and dime, 10 cents here, 35 cents there. At that time, parking was free, but just getting beat up. So to address those concerns or complaints, what happened in October of 1955, lettered tickets were introduced. In the first series, it was three: an A ticket, a B ticket, and a C ticket. So A, B, C. Now take a look at a couple of these photos. Note the word ride is underneath the individual letter. And then also note, I forget which ticket it is, but you'll see Phantom Boats, which helps us date the ticket, is listed in Tomorrowland. So you're looking for ride underneath the letter and Phantom Boat. So take a look at these tickets. Interesting, right? So early in 56, that word ride became coupon underneath the official letter. Take a look at this photo. You'll see coupon. So this is, I think I said, early 56 or so. And note in Frontierland, the keel boat. Again, it helps us date the ticket. Okay, so now in late 56, the D ticket was officially added. And I'm going to show you a picture of this. And note the Rainbow Cavern mine train in Frontierland. And then an interesting thing, it's probably the only time this appears on a Disneyland ticket, Keller's Jungle Killers. Note that. I believe it's in Frontierland as well. And what that was actually an animal exhibition that was appearing in, I think, the Mickey Mouse tent at the time. for a very brief period. But take a look at this photo of the ticket, and like I said, look for Keller's Jungle Killers. Right, pretty cool. Now, in 1957 into 58, they came up with jumbo tickets, and this is where my actual tickets come into play. They jumped up to about 3 3/8 of an inch in height, as opposed to sort of the 2.5 that we're all sort of familiar with that you'll see in a second. And I acquired some of these. The first one was because of my obsession with the Viewliner, which you guys have seen before. But the very first jumbo ticket, here's a B coupon, but see how large it is in comparison to a standard ticket, or even the ticket in late 58. This is 57, and this is 58. You see the size difference? Right, pretty interesting. So, also you'll note here on this A jumbo ticket in Tomorrowland, Satellite View of America. Now that name's going to change in 58. So there's an A ticket there. Here is the A ticket in 1958, and you'll note that it's now called Space Station X-1. So you've got 57, early 58, late 58. Difference in the tickets and the names have changed. Viewliners still exist. And you can see here I've got several of the jumbo tickets. This one is actually still in a book, which is pretty cool. I think these are pretty rare. To be honest, I didn't even know they existed. I was busy hunting down the Fantasyline Viewliner. And you might even note the midget Autopia. It wasn't just called Autopia, the midget Autopia. But I was busy hunting down these Viewliner tickets for my obsession with the trains. And I came across these jumbo tickets. And I like learning stuff. And when I learned that, I thought, wow, isn't that interesting? I need to share it with everybody. So anyway, 57, 58. Now, in late 58, the jumbo tickets are out, and we're back to the regular size tickets. And this is when they added, after the parking pass thing, they added a ticket that's a message from Walt Disney, which appeared for a very, very long time. Take a look, and I'll show you an actual example, but take a look at this. Now, in 1959, the world-famous, internationally known E-ticket is created. So now we've got A, B, C, D, E, and the E-ticket, as I just showed you, were for the best rides. And this came out specifically for, because of the Matterhorn, the monorail, and of course 20,000 Leagues, the submarine adventure, came out. And those books actually, in one variation or another, for example, this is a complete book I have. This is from 1973. It's a kid's booklet, but you can see there it actually has the cover, which is very rare. And when we go to the first page, there's Walt's message. And then you can see the, this E-ticket is pink instead of green. The E through A or A through E tickets in this booklet. So I think there's 11 tickets in total in this. This is from 1973. Here's a complimentary ticket book from 1979. There's the back side. This was good for any attraction, A through E. I don't know how you acquired these. I'm assuming businesses bought these and they were handed out as give-me's or the hotel. I'm honestly not sure. But In about 1982, they sort of phased the whole ticket thing out for individual rides, and they ended up going with an all-day ticket that you sort of purchased that allowed you to get on any ride or any attraction as many times as you wanted within a given day. It was sort of an all-inclusive pass, if you will. Now, I don't have any from 82, but I do have, here's a couple from 1998 that you would purchase. I think the early ones in 82, they actually were on a string around your neck because at that time they were obviously still accepting the A through E tickets. So this was sort of a trade-off in early 80s. But by the time we get into the 90s, here's a ticket from 1999, a day pass. And for the record, an adult was $25.50. Got $250. So 24 years later, prices have gone up dramatically. And then here's some modern sort of day tickets that you would get, that we get today. You can see the barcodes and whatnot. They're all various covers, but basically all one day admission. Here's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I've got a few others. And then, of course, for the hardcore, the annual passport. It's a credit card or credit card type with the barcode and whatnot, so you would scan in. This tied to now there's apps on the phone, et cetera, et cetera. But a couple other things I want to show you is this is from 1956. This is a ticket to get on the Mark Twain. I believe this came in the book, but I'm not 100% sure, but that's 1956. And then another interesting one, this is in 1964. This is Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln after the World's Fair. That exhibit was brought to Disneyland. Here's the ticket to get to see it. Anyway, I thought that was really interesting, and I just wanted to share. Having discovered those jumbo tickets, it's ignited. I may need to have to track down, we'll say, various books, because when you think about it, as the rides have changed, they've gone from maybe E-tickets to C-tickets to B-ticket attractions. I don't honestly know. Or as attractions come and go, like we were talking about the Jungle Killers or the Keel boats. Phantom Boat, the Viewliner, it's kind of interesting to see how that goes in correlation over the decades. Because today, like I said, it's all, as you know, it's all an app on your phone. It is all inclusive, but there's no real physical record anymore. Anyway, I hope you got a kick out of this. Like I said, it fascinates me. But in this world, when you could be anything you want, you'd be kind, you'd be humble, and most of all, be forgiving. And hey, if this stuff is really interesting to you, just dig around, Google. There's a ton of information, probably way more than I've presented, way more detailed, getting into date codes and crap like that. But anyway, have a good afternoon. We'll talk at you later. Bye.